Spike's down on me. Son of a bitch.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Bro, pick up a real gun.
This is a real gun, fuck. I will take a vandal.
And that's how we do it.
There was vandals by you, so okay. As opposed to a gun that's useful, I would say probably.
You should run.
Live for 114, 116, independent.
Welcome to my world.
Spike planted.
Enemy removed.
Cutting their vision. Still in sight.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Did you really expect that to work?
Remember, wipe the prints from your guns. It's
Raised.
just good crime scene etiquette.
Hee 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 hee. Raid raid.
What's up with the raid? All right, I'll take it. I appreciate it. Then a follow. I appreciate that too. Thank you. Awesome memes and Chef loves football for the I destroyed that for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry that was playing through my stream instead of my speakers. I'll fix that right now. I don't know why, but every time I restart the program, I have to fix it. But it should be fixed now.
They're coming from cat onto egg.
Last player standing.
70 on. Oh.
Where will they go this time?
Unlucky. One time she decides to be. I left a lot of shots there. I should have hit as well.
Cutting their vision.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted.
Stealing sight.
Here comes the party.
105 on Sova.
Healing you.
One enemy remaining. Thirty seconds left.
We doing this or what? Let's have some fun. Dead. Enemy spotted. Ah.
One enemy remaining.
I see the spike. Takes more than that. Time to take these arms for a spin.
That's my card. It's on here. It's in red. I won't. Nice headset. Thank you, man. See, that one didn't show up in the,
You're nothing.
for some reason my speaker
Spike
was...
spotted.
Ooh, alright, alright.
I see someone.
Cutting their vision. Stealing sight. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
40.
Damn it.
No one to interrogate.
I don't know why that didn't play, but memes the
Let them
best.
try to
Thank
get
you for the compliment on the headset. Got a pretty nice keyboard and mouse too, but I can't show you guys that because of the angle. But I like Razer to say the least. Yeah. I failed that so hard. I don't know why. You know, it's I know exactly why actually. Right now.
Enemy spotted.
My speakers haven't been playing. There we go. That should have fixed it now for sure.
You should run.
Clearing out.
Enemy spotted.
Buried.
Stealing sight.
Healing you.
Cutting their vision.
Goodbye.
30 seconds left. remaining. Last player standing.
Alright, man. Hey, I appreciate you checking the stream out.
Last round before the switch.
Hope you have a good night, dude. Really appreciate it.
I have money if you need.
Let's watch him struggle. Cutting their vision.
They will cower!
Blind fools.
120 on the Killjoy, 136 on the Sova outside of B site.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
The hunt begins!
Aw, should have fucking Odin.
Look
Switching
your enemy
sides.
in the eye. It helps with accuracy.
Blind their scout.
Go get it. Still in sight.
Spike carrier's down. Get grounded. I have the spike. For you.
Hard feelings.
Sylvie's lit for 48.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Clutch.
We're not getting the message. Leave it to me, I'll rough them up. I'm ready.
Fucking A.
Precision kill.
I have the spike.
Enemy spotted. Right there.
Last player standing.
That's on site.
Stock back up.
Reloading.
Bomb buddy out.
Spike carriers down. Still in sight. Cutting their vision.
You sitting in the
Last player standing. Flawless.
We know more than we did before. Simple as that.
Good. I don't care if I'm broke this song.
For you, hermanita.
Headshot.
Cutting their vision.
Wow.
Flash out!
I have the spike.
Blinding!
Satchel out.
Our carrier's dead.
Last player standing.
Just swapping in new fusion cells. Okay, my arms are good. We can go.
I have the spike.
Last
Spike's
player
down.
standing.
I find them. I kill them. Simple as that.
Yeah, this is giving my all.
Still in sight.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Reloading. Flash out. They will cover. Blinding. Flash out.
See nothing.
Aim spotted. What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
Who the fuck is saying no? Bitch, I was doing so bad. She just outmurdered everyone. Fucking insane.
Let's go!
Satchel out. Stealing sight.
See you, trust me.
Cutting their
Do
vision.
it.
Headshot. Flash out.
Get out of my way!
Concussing.
One enemy remaining.
Take what's useful.
I know what
Need
must
help.
be done.
I'm so broke, I can't even run my shield. I don't have anything else on. Three drain flash behind you.
Cutting their vision.
Enemy spotted.
Stealing sight.
Last player standing.
Spike planted.
Get tilted. I can't get tilted. I'll play bad. I'm gonna play bad. I'm tilted.
Match point.
My power does not ebb. Ask for aid, and you shall receive. Reloading. Healing you.
Trevor! Sova's dead.
Cutting their vision.
Enemy spot.
Flash out.
The fun begins.
Got
Your
the
food is locked.
Last player standing.
I have retrieved the spike. Foolish. Cage triggered. Careful now.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
3 out of 5. Planted the spike. No more charges left. You copied on nothing.
They think they're so secure.
Let's make some chaos.
Welcome to my world.
Reloading.
Planted the spike.
Get out of my way!
One enemy remaining.
Blinding!
Reloading.
I hate waiting. Let's do this!
I have money if you need.
Together. War race.
Our spikes down.
One down.
Still in sight. Our spikes down.
Last player standing.
Sova's cat and Killjoy was mid.
Cutting their vision. I have the spike.
30 seconds left.
You gotta go.
10 seconds left.
Spike planted.
Slow down your spray button.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Nowhere to run!
fuck.
Defenders win.
made to be broken.
The rivers will run red.
Man, I just want GP. I'm actually finally getting tired. Wow, their comp is so much better than ours. Except for the fact that she's electrocute. Well, fleet on Senna. Grasp on Gallia.
Welcome to the high abyss.
My cup.
Minions have spawned.
I've got you.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
How would that not be the bill?
Shut down.
The clock thickens.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Triple kill. Aced.
Battle is a lot more interesting than shopping, you know.
Oh, Cosmic Drive.
I'm absolutely livid.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
That's actually gonna be insane on him.
An enemy has been slain.
A vital decision. Trickling progress.
Let me know if you see any, lady ghosts out there.
Unstoppable. Double kill.
My cup.
Shut down.
I've got you. Under my skin.
hit me with. Whatever, at least we're winning.
An ally has been slain.
Good choice. That one's seen a lot of blood. A harvest moon, so aptly named.
Rampage. Victory.
Actually, damage? Not really.
a little bit of time off to have a little bit of elective surgery. Nothing serious, nothing bad. Just getting some things taken care of because I've had a few issues for a few years. One of them is my shoulder and some other torn things, and trying to get it all taken care of before I get on the road full time. Today, I've got this message is from a female viewer. She pretty much agrees with a lot of what I say, but she had some disagreements. And a lot of these things I talk about across several dozens of videos. And obviously, not many people have seen 300 of my videos. So I wanted to take a moment and talk about some of these things so that I'm not completely misunderstood. And maybe we can have a good dialogue about this. For those of you, when you go, I'd love for you guys to like and comment. But when you comment, let's keep it respectful. Like let's attack the ideas, not the people. Because I do want this open dialogue. I think this is a great way that maybe we can find some commonality and come together and talk about issues versus just saying over there that are supporters. I'm not even sure if you're open. This will be extremely awkward. Haha. Yeah, out of it because that's irrelevant. It's an Instagram user. She's around 25, I think she said. So let's get started. She says, "Hi there. I'm not sure if you're the YouTube Joker. Otherwise, this will be extremely awkward. Haha. Yes, I am the YouTube Joker. So am sorry to be reaching out on Instagram instead of a proper email or on a blog, etc. I'm not even sure if you're open to discuss or hear other people's opinions about your content, but since you're already putting yourself out there, I think it's okay for me to have some opinion. You might even never read this message anyways, so... Well, I do, like I was just saying, I do invite other opinions. I do like critique. There's nothing that says I'm right. All my videos say is this is the way this guy sees the world. And maybe some of you agree with me, but maybe some of you don't. And in that case, you're more than welcome to disagree with me, like you did. She said, I discovered your channel a few days ago and I've been really intrigued, went on a video marathon. It was eye-opening to see what men actually think and understand the opposite point of view. I find your videos really interesting, and I do agree with you on a lot of things that you mentioned. Some of them actually make sense. But there's a few things that I find kind of effed up. I'm in no way attacking you or meaning to be disrespectful, so I apologize if I might come out as so. No, I think it's okay to, you can even mention things that you don't like that I say. Again, as long as it's brought from a place of respect and trying to figure things out, I'm cool with that. Like, I don't mind. And if you just want to attack me, like, you're open to do that too. I just don't think there'll be a dialogue there. She says, it's kind of twisted. Whenever you speak about women, you tend to demonize them. They play games, they do this, and they do that to get the guy when they're just adapting to how men are. Okay, that is a fair assumption if you're looking at a very small subset of men. There are men out there that are players. There are men out there that are liars. There are men out there that are cheaters. Usually these tend to be the most attractive men or the most successful men, and they have many options. And so these men don't treat women very kindly and oftentimes will lie and cheat because if they get called out on it, they just go, it doesn't really matter. I've got 8 more girls to choose from. Your normal, average, everyday guy, when he gets in a relationship, is excited to be in that relationship, especially if he finds the woman attractive and he's into her. He wants to have that relationship. He's not the guy that's playing games. Unfortunately, there are women that will play games with him. Now, there are also good-looking guys that will sleep with and casually date attractive or less attractive women. And when I talk about attraction, I'm not just talking about physical looks. I'm talking about personality. I'm talking about everything that makes you, you. So even if a woman or a guy is not necessarily cream of the crop, they don't have to be. If they're outgoing and funny and interesting and on top of that are pretty good looking and are holding their own in a job, that might fall into that category. So the whole point is, though, that there are men and women that both lie and both play the games. Why do I not talk about the men that do it more? Because social media, the news, media, commercials, movies, they're all about putting down men. But I mean, if you haven't seen the new Wonder Woman 1984, they do it brilliantly. Every man in that movie is a bad person. Every single guy. But the women are heroes. See, when that's the main media news stream that is going out, I don't have to put down bad acting men. Everybody else is doing it for me. All I'm doing is saying, hey, there's a lot of us that aren't like those guys, and that I want to talk about that. I want to represent that as well. Are there men that are bad out there? You betcha. Maybe some of you women have run into them. So I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm saying that's not the main thing that I want to talk about here, because everywhere talks about that. What you don't hear is the women that are also acting just as poorly as the men. That's what I shine a light on here on this channel. She continues on. You often mention how a guy would talk to women or just lead them on, lie, say whatever she wants to hear, to get his way with her and move on as if it's totally okay. You never emphasize or mention how wrong that actually is. Maybe you do somewhere, but not in the videos I've seen anyways. I understand that playing women is a thing now and men are wired like that, but it doesn't make it right. It's like justifying for F-boys. Now, obviously, she hasn't seen all my videos, because in many videos, I'll say to guys, look, if you're thinking about cheating on a woman, don't. Tell her you want to break up with her and leave. If you're thinking about being disrespectful to women, don't do that. Break up with them and leave. If you think that if you're getting in an argument with somebody all the time and you're not having a good, solid relationship, don't make it dramatic. Just say, you know what, it's over, and leave. It's okay to do that. It's not okay to lie, cheat, and manipulate just to get your way with a woman. Same thing that I tell the women. So it's not a double standard. Again, I have mentioned this in some of the videos, but for the most part, I'm talking to, this channel is designed for men, and it's designed for a message for men. I understand now that I have 20,000, at least according to YouTube statistics, 20,000 female or women that are subscribers and watch my content. And I think that's great. But my main message is still going to be towards men. So, yes, I should put a message out there that says, hey, guys, don't do this stuff either. And I do. But I'm going to put it here in this video as well as a reminder, just so that you hear it again. I want everybody to treat everybody fairly. But again, a lot of the times it's called out on men all the time, everywhere, and women are not held to the same standards. She continues on, I don't see you looking at women's actions as a reaction to men's behavior, like divorce. It's always mentioned in your videos, yes, women are number one on filing for it, but how about looking to the actual reason for a second? Infidelity and cheating are the main cause, and in most cases, it's the husband that does it. So should she just be okay with that? Like Cardi B's video, Offset literally cheated, and doesn't that matter because, ? Okay, this is another main story that goes around a lot of times, that men are the main ones that cheat. I have this from marriage.com. Fact, the number one cause of divorce is infidelity. So she is correct on that. But infidelity doesn't just happen. Nobody cheats on their spouses from the get-go. Okay, maybe some do, but those people don't deserve to be married in the first place. To understand more about why people end up divorcing because of infidelity, we need to understand cheating itself. Here are a few interesting infidelity statistics you should know. 55% of men and 50% of women surveyed by Trustify admit to cheating. That is an interesting number for several reasons. Women cheat almost as much as men, 5% less. So 55% of men versus 50% of women. I'll call that a draw. Yep, men do it just a little bit more. But to say that all these divorces are done because of men's infidelity and men are the ones that do it the majority of the time is incorrect. It's about 50-50. And I've pulled this up on other articles, so it's not just from marriage.com. There are many surveys that state this. Now, some others state it's as low as 15 to 18%. Yet the numbers between men and women, even in those surveys, are still about the same percentages. So to put it on one group of either men or women is not fair. They're about even. So when we talk about that, why would women be filing 80%, 70 to 80% of the time for divorces, but yet it's men and women that are cheating 50-50? It means that women are much quicker to pull the end onto the relationship. A little bit more. This figure is very close to divorce rates. Right, 50% divorce rate, about 50% of people cheat. And that's basically 1 out of 2 people. 50 to 55% means that half of the relationships were damaged by infidelity at one point or another. That is some insane infidelity statistics. If you look at it this way, think about 2 married couples 1 out of those 4 people, at least one of them is cheating with their spouse. If that isn't an interesting infidelity statistic, I don't know what it is. Okay, so I wanted to put that out there so you understand why, again, I say that, and this is also, okay, let me slow down there. Number one, you're incorrect on it being men being a lot more and that cheating is the main cause. Yes, but that it's mostly done it by men, no, the numbers are about the same. And number two, this is another reason why I say you don't cohabitate with a woman. Why? Because if the man wants to cheat or the woman wants to cheat, let's put it on both. If one of them cheats, you're now stuck in a home with a cheater and someone you're very upset with. And if somebody decides to get really angry, you're trapped. You don't have any other place to go. Number two, this is why I caution against marriage. And I say, don't get married. Because if one in 50% of people, whether it's man or woman, are cheating, that means one of them is unhappy. That means they're hiding their infidelity. And sometimes it comes out and people get divorced because of that as a reason. But other times it doesn't. So why would you sign a legal agreement basically stating, I promise to never cheat and never to leave you and promise to do this, and then consistently people break that pact. And when that pact is broken, the law gets involved. And when the law gets involved, men overwhelmingly lose in court. So you don't bring your problems to the judicial system. She continues on. Let's say it was just because the woman who woke up one day and decided she was bored, so let's file for divorce and F the innocent guy financially. It's usually in her 30s, according to Google, if not more. So in your book, she's already old and her options are much less. Women aren't stupid and won't put themselves in a position where they're competing with 20-year-olds for no valid reason. Yes, they are. Yes, they do. I've got hundreds, thousands of stories that I filter through where quite often women say, I left him. He was a good man. He was a provider. He was wonderful, but I wanted to go out and find myself. I got married very young, or we got involved with each other very young, and I feel like I haven't had my experience and gone out and seen the world and gotten to have my fun, and I want to do that now. That's one side of it, because these women have promised themselves to a guy, and maybe they've had kids, and they feel like they're missing out because they see these young women out partying and having a good time and living the good life. It happens quite a lot. Now, there's the opposite case where young women are going out and partying and having all the fun, accidentally having kids with guys that don't care about them, and maybe those guys were liars and cheaters. Hey, I mean, I can put the message out there not to do it. It doesn't mean men won't do it. So my other message to women has, and you probably have not seen these videos, is to solidify the relationship before you solidify the bedroom. In other words, just if you want a relationship, if you want a long-term relationship, if you want somebody to date that's going to be by your side, don't go out and sleep with a guy. Don't go out and just be casual with guys and then think the relationship is going to come. Because a lot of times...
Does your plug-in fade too fast? Try new Febreze Fade Defy Plug. It has built-in technology to digitally control how much scent is released to smell first day fresh for 50 days.
It won't. The guy can say, hey, we never talked about this. That wasn't part of the deal. I'm not interested in that. And he can bounce. The difference is if you say, look, I want to be in a serious relationship before I sleep with anybody. I don't want this to be casual. I want us to be a committed monogamous relationship. If the guy then agrees, great. But you got to still look for red flags from the guy to make sure he's not lying to you, so you can get to know him a little bit. And then if he lied and fooled you, then, you know, it happened. It happens to guys, it happens to girls, it happens to everybody. But going out and trying to sleep with a guy and sleeping with him for a long period of time, thinking that's somehow a relationship, is backwards, and it's not going to work out for you. You know, my goal is that nobody gets hurt in relationships. That would be great. But my message is, again, primarily towards men, because this is a men's channel. And yes, women do that. And here's a headline from The Single Life. And this is a woman that writes, leaving my good relationship was the best decision I've ever made. My relationship was basically perfect, but I needed to find myself, by Savannah Swain Wilson. She even hyphenated her last name, so she didn't take his last name completely. There are hundreds, thousands of articles like this of it was a perfect relationship, but I needed to find myself. What does that mean? It means she wants to be single and sleep around and feel desired and have a good time and go party with people and not be tied down to a man anymore. It happens. So to talk like it doesn't, it does. Women will leave a perfectly good relationship in their 30s only to come to find out several years later, I wish I had stayed married to my husband. He was a good man and I went out and had my fun, but now nobody wants me anymore. I've done plenty of videos on that too. Continuing on, she says, at least for average people where the men are extremely rich, since that's what's most common. My point is, You shouldn't just ignore the wrong things men are doing as if it's okay. Even if women's advice videos call other women out for their BS, I don't see why it doesn't apply the other way around. Yeah, I think men should be called out for their BS. I've explained that. Also, why would you call women, in a way, gold diggers looking for men with money when that's literally all what older men has to offer? They date younger girls for their looks, knowing they want their money instead of a woman their age that can also be making her own money and with them just because she likes them. But no, they choose the first option, then complain. Like, make up your mind. Okay. So basically what you're saying is, me as a 48-year-old man, all I have to offer is money. That's kind of the way you're speaking. I would disagree. I keep myself in very good shape. Usually I walk around with a little less body fat on me. The lockdown has me with a few pounds. I would say that I, at least personally, try to maintain my health better than most men my age. Most men in general. That means that I'm in pretty good shape. I still look pretty good in a t-shirt, and I'm using me as an example because I just know me. I know a lot of guys that post in my threads down below that are guys that are like, I go to the gym, I keep my weight down pat, I'm in good shape, but I also have a lot of, so there are other men that are of the same way, is my point on that sentence. I also have a lot of knowledge that I bring. I understand relationships very well. I understand my weaknesses in life. I understand my strengths in life. I understand where I have problems. I understand that a lot of people might not like to date me, which is why I don't go out searching for relationships. I'm pretty much happy by myself. But to say that that's all a guy has to offer at a certain age is money, I think that's a little inaccurate. And I think you're also insulting to women that are a little bit younger that may date older men. A lot of women that date older men, women that have dated me specifically, have said, I like a guy that has his S together and knows what he wants and isn't out chasing tail wherever he can find it. That older guys will usually settle into a relationship because they've sown their
Are you or a loved one suffering from depression, or are you wanting to stop smoking?
I'm gonna...
Has your doctor recommended you take Wellbutrin, the generic version of bupropion? Are you concerned?
Can't believe